Hello. This is my review on The Amazing Spider-Man 2. The best live-action Spider-Man movie that's about Peter Parker to exist. Isn't that sad? That's the only one I ended up liking. The ones with Andrew Garfield are the only ones I ended up liking in live action. Doesn't that suck for me? So, I love the first Amazing Spider-Man. I love the sequel even more. I love the fan service that it gives fan service. Full of fun fan service and full of colorful hero. Colorful characters, along with much more characters, a lot more characters just juggling in the sequel than the first one did. Try to use more characters, this one does. Or maybe less characters, I'm not really sure. Come to think of it, I think this one uses less characters, maybe. Or maybe about the same, I'm not really sure, okay? Well, it has more villains, but less side characters. And it focuses less on the side characters, more on the main characters. That being... Okay, so... I mean, it's still weird that we don't get as much focus on the side characters in the sequel as much as in... Because I thought that was one of the better parts of the first one. Of the first Amazing Spider-Man was the side characters it focused on. Like, focusing on Flash Thompson was nice. Focusing on Flash Thompson and making him... You know, he was a side character, making him feel some kind of relevant to the plot was kind of nice in the first, was one of the best scenes in the first Amazing Spider-Man. I think it was Flash Thompson's character, but in this one, Flash Thompson's in this one, but he's in and out of the film, and so is Gwen Stacy in and out of the film. And then she's killed off by Green Goblin after Harry injects himself with a serum that mutates him to the Green Goblin, so he steals the Green Goblin costume and the glider. And suits up to kill Spider-Man and, only is to kill, he suits up to suits up and, even though he doesn't take on the name the Green Goblin, yet, and he's wearing kind of what looks like a prototype Green Goblin costume, and it's kind of better. I thought it was better than what we got from Willem Dafoe's design. It's more comic book accurate. It's closer to Green Goblin than what we could have gotten from the last Green Goblin. I personally like Harry Osborn's Green Goblin more than Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. He's much more psychotic and deranged and fun than Willem Dafoe's, and actually intimidating. I mean, I like Willem Dafoe and I thought Willem Dafoe was great when he reprised his role in No Way Home, but in 2002, Spider-Man movie. I thought it was like his costume I thought his costume in the No Way Home when he wore that, they kind of redid when he did like his costume, you know, basically the same costume in No Way Home, Willem Dafoe's costume as the Green Goblin. Look, he just doesn't wear the mask. Is probably why I like it better, because he just the mask that kind of cover up his entire face and just he looks scarier without it, you know. Willem Dafoe did. So No Way Home had the right idea to ditch that mask. So I realize I'm getting sidetracked. And so I always like the redesign on the Green Goblin in this movie of The Amazing Spider-Man. I like the redesign on the Electro and Rhino and Spider-Man's costume redesign. I like also for the movie, this one that I'm talking about, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, gets a 10 out of 10 for me. I like the story pacing. I like the story, and I like the storytelling it's told, and I like the stories, and I like the action in the movie, and I like the story pacing. The story was like so needs to be slow and fast when something exciting, like a bunch of action was happening. I think The Amazing Spider-Man 2 has the most action in a Spider-Man movie with Peter Parker as Spider-Man. And definitely has the best, I definitely think it's the best beautiful looking action out of all of the Spider-Man movies. And the best looking action, and also the most action in all of the Spider-Man movies, I think. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun of a movie, this Spider-Man movie. It's also definitely the surprise and this is also the funniest of all the Spider-Man movies. It has the best sense of humor. And it uses the best, it uses the best of incorporating Spider-Man's sense of humor from the comics. It does even better than it did in the first one, The Amazing Spider-Man movie. I think it does. I think all the things, pretty much most of the stuff that they focus on, they focus on like the first one, and the stuff they didn't focus on as much, by which they focused on, they didn't do a bad job, for still be what they are, you know? But I still give this movie a 10 out of 10. The Amazing Spider-Man movie. And I personally think this is better in every way than the first Amazing Spider-Man. I like this more than the first Amazing Spider-Man movie. A lot more. I give this a 10 out of 10. This was a great movie. This was fun and funny, and it was entertaining. It also had lots of emotional moments when it came to killing people off, like Gwen Stacy in the end of the movie. It has a great emotional way when it comes to killing off, when it comes to, like, you know, trying to tell good drama in movies and not feeling forced and just out of nowhere, like some other movies, Spider-Man movies are guilty of that. Like, I didn't care for, the forced drama between Peter and Mary Jane in the Maguire franchise of how they always are never ever together, and they always are looking for reasons to keep them separated because they can never be together for some reason. But for some reason, I didn't care for that because I just want to see those two together. And we never saw that happen until Spider-Man 3, and only to get them split up again because Peter's being a dumbass. And rendered like a dumbass, a selfish asshole in the entire movie. I know that's the point of Spider-Man 3, but I'm sorry. It's tedious. It's very fucking tedious. It's bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Why can't we just get a live-action portrayal of Mary Jane and Peter Parker where they're together and dating actively? So, well, you know how I bring this up to you because that's the kind of forced drama that the Spider-Man movies often have gone for with the Maguire ones, okay? And Tom Holland's, I felt. Because, I'm sorry, I just hated that forced drama because I'm one of those assholes that like Peter and MJ together. And am pissed that we never saw that happen in live action when Peter got his solo outings as Spider-Man. And we don't have that in the comic world of Spider-Man anymore since One More Day happened. With Spider-Man One More Day, decide to split up MJ and Peter forever due to the power of Peter. Peter signed his, basically his marriage out to the devil. Named Mephisto in the Marvel Comics. So we can't have nice things with Peter Parker as Spider-Man. We can only have shit. Or short-lived runs. Like, one of the short-lived runs of Spider-Man has to be Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man run. As a short-lived run, reimagining an interesting, a very likable reimagining of Spider-Man. I actually dug. And he's the only one that doesn't feel like, what's the word? Unreasonably whiny. You know, overly whiny, for no like a drama queen whiny, okay? Like a drama queen whiny that's looking for getting attention is what Spider-Man and with Maguire's run and also Tom Holland's run I felt like they often like to lean towards into as the trilogy went on and on and on and on. Oh my god! And from what I understand, it seems that's what people like about those runs. Why? Why do people like forced drama? I don't know, and like crap. I don't know. I hate the world. Because we can't get nice things with Spider-Man, Peter Parker's Spider-Man anymore. And I hate everyone. I blame you, the fan base. Everyone. Everyone. but me. That has supported the first two Maguire's movies when they came out. But for some reason, flipped the switch when Spider-Man 3 came out and suddenly thought that Spider-Man 3 was not that much, was so much more dumb than the first two ones. Which I honestly thought it was the same amount of stupid, pointless shit. Spider-Man 3 was all the other Maguire shit that Maguire put out his Maguire's Spider-Man movies. Is why I think they all suck. The trilogy itself. With Tom Holland and Maguire. I think they suck harder than the 2010's Last Airbender movie. Their trilogy sucks that hard. I want them to just go away from existing, like the 2010's Last Airbender movie, Maguire's trilogy, and Tom Holland's trilogy as Spider-Man. That's how much I hate them, period. I hate them as much as, if more, than the 2010 cast of the live-action Last Airbender movie. I hate them, these movies, I hate them more than Last Airbender. I think personally, I get more worked up over it, just thinking about it. It's not as visually ugly as the Last Airbender, but story-wise, character-wise, just as bad as Last Airbender movies were of Spider-Man. With Tom and Maguire's. Comparing it with the 2000 M. Night Shyamalan's Last Airbender is not wrong. It is correct. That's how much I think it sucks. That we can't get anything good for Spider-Man with Peter Parker's Spider-Man. We can't get anything good with him. Are you happy, assholes? He's Batman now. He's no longer that quirky, goofy Spider-Man that makes jokes and pokes fun of the villain's costumes from the comics. No, he's vengeance. He's Batman. Dun dun dun. You know what a twist. That's what they made Spider-Man into in the Spider-Man movies trilogy. The rejected knockoff Batman version. And why would everyone watch that one? Can just watch the original Batman. You know, when Batman is actually the character of his own movie. And it's not a knockoff Batman. Is why I think of Maguire's Spider-Man and Tom Holland's Spider-Man. They shouldn't wear anything but black for their costumes because of how bland they are. And brooding assholes they are. That's how much and why I can't stand Tom Holland and Maguire as Spider-Man trilogy. Their entire trilogy sucks. Okay, by the time they're out there, by the time we get through their trilogy, look, the whole trilogy, their trilogy sucks. Okay. The best one in Maguire's one was the first one. The first installment I thought was the best one, or was it the third installment? I'm not sure. With Maguire. But they all suck. I think with Maguire's run and Tom Holland's run. And that's why I give The Amazing Spider-Man 2 a 10 out of 10. Because I hate Maguire's trilogy and Tom Holland's trilogy. Is why I give this movie a 10 out of 10. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is another reason why I give it a 10 out of 10. I give this a 10 out of 10. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the best Peter Parker Spider-Man movie. About Peter Parker. Spider-Man, okay? That's what I think. It's the best one of all time. With Peter Parker as Spider-Man. 10 out of 10. I love this fucking movie. Okay. That's all of I have to talk about now. Okay. Subscribe. Check out my old videos. Like my old videos. Check my old videos. Check out my older videos. Share my older videos. Share my content, you know. And like my video. Like this one video. Also like this video. And hit the subscribe button by hitting the bell first. And then hit the subscribe second to get subscribed. Goodbye.